Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Ola Hawatma Show on American One. I have a special guest today running for U.S. Senate in Ohio, Bernie Moreno. Pro-America, pro-freedom, and ready to make some changes. Stay tuned. My special guest, Bernie Moreno, taking over Ohio, running for state senate, pro-America, pro-freedom, here with us today in the car, grassroots campaigning. How's the campaign going?
It's going really well. So obviously running for the U.S. Senate here in Ohio, it's a big race because this state could determine the balance of power in the United States Senate for the rest of the decade. It's an incredible responsibility, but my wife Bridget and I, we've driven every nook and cranny of Ohio, and we just launched yesterday. So we'll work really hard. Ola, you know what it takes. You got to meet people, talk to people, and working hard is not new to me. So that's what I'll be doing.
I definitely can relate to you. You're not a career politician. You are a business owner. You have work ethic. You started everything on your own. You've created your success, and you're now sacrificing for the sake, as a father, as a husband, for the sake of your love for America, as a freedom fighter. So how is that transition being from a business owner to putting your name in the race and putting it all out there just to try to save America?
Yeah, I'm sick of these career politicians on both sides, by the way. All they think about is their next election, their next race, how to raise money. They don't actually care about the people they represent. They don't actually plan to do any of the things they said they were going to do. They would just want to be in office with a guaranteed check that the taxpayer funds for the rest of their lives. Look at President Trump. He had a great life. He gave it all up. And the reality is no person's ever been attacked like him. And I figure, you know what? If President Trump can jump into the arena with the great life that he's had, I've had success in my life, not quite like his, that it was an inspiration for me to do this. And I think we need more business people, more outsiders, more people who just want to go serve their country, and no more insider politicians in D.C.
Amen. Scott, does it sound like a male candidate version of myself? I mean, I'm drawn to candidates like Bernie they don't fit the mold of every other career politician. He's in it for the right reasons.
Absolutely. I can hear just in his voice and in your passion, Bernie, that you're focused on America, and you're removing yourself from the comfort of the business world, which you've been very successful in. And you are now going into the dangerous world of politics for your state. And I know that being successful in the business world is one beast, but this is politics. This is a completely different beast. What do you see as the main needs of the people of Ohio that you want to address?
Yeah, well, it's not just Ohio. Like I said, this race is going to determine the balance of power in the United States Senate. And I think what people want is they want a government that works. We all wrote checks yesterday on tax day on April 18th. And we want a government that works. We want safer cities. We want better schools. We want better infrastructure. We want a better military. But instead, what we've gotten from Biden and the Democrats is all those things are worse, even though they spent a record amount of money. And what they gave us instead, Scott, record high inflation. So the reality is the American people know that their government isn't working for them. The middle class of this country is getting absolutely savaged by their government. They're sick of it, and they want people to go in there and fix it. And the reality is, if we keep sending the same kinds of people, we're going to get the exact same kind of results.
What are you doing with your campaign right now? You're in the car, you're driving. How many miles did you put this week?
So about 2,500 miles a week, believe it or not. I mean, it's a big state. You got to travel all over. People in these rural counties, especially, they want to meet you. They want to know who you are. They want to make sure they're not going to be betrayed again. They want to make sure you're not somebody who's saying one thing on a campaign trail and are going to do something else in D.C., that you're willing to fight for them, not go down to D.C. to be invited to all the fancy parties and hang out with all the cool club, right? That you're going to go down there and fight hard for them. And that's what I'm prepared to do.
Absolutely. You are my kind of candidate, and I will do everything that I can to help you win, because we need more people like you. the other politicians that are out there. And like you said, it's not just the left, it's also, some of our own, the right. It's holding them accountable. But you're going in to hold them accountable, doing the work, getting your hands dirty, meeting the people from business owners, and you understand it from a business aspect. So that's what we need in America today.
Yeah, we don't want any more people that are going to go down to DC
And I
and
also
cave.
think,
That's the reality.
and we've seen that happen so many times. It's so disappointing to see that happen. And I think someone going in there and holding people accountable, looking into the issues and calling out the Democrats whenever they start to spin, having someone in there that's going to reshape and help form the face of the Senate is incredibly important for not just the people in Ohio but all Americans. What do you think are going to be some challenges coming up in this campaign?
Well, first and foremost, of course, I have to get to the primary. The good news is right now it's a two-person race. Very, very sharp contrast. You have somebody that's pathologically anti-Trump and a state senator whose family owns the Cleveland Indians. I will never call them the Cleveland Guardians, by the way. And has already, listen to this, Ola, has already said that he may not support President Trump if he's the nominee. Think about that for a second. So he's saying he might be willing to support Dolan's might be willing to support Biden if Biden's our nominee because that's how pathologically anti-Trump he is. My son has a beautiful little black dog. If that black dog was a Republican nominee, he would do a better job than Joe Biden. For me, this is not a question.
I wouldn't trust him taking care of my dog nonetheless, our country.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah,
and then I have there's a couple other people that may jump in the race. These are career politicians who just got elected to one job. So imagine for a second, we just elected them to do an important job, and they're already thinking about jumping into this one. So the media would love that. Sherrod Brown would love that. We want to avoid a messy primary. Fortunately, President Trump last week made some nice comments on social media about my campaign. So I'm very excited about that. And I think if we keep this a two-person race, we can make it simple and save all of our resources to beat Sherrod Brown.
I completely agree. You kind of froze. Well,
Yeah,
the great thing about Bernie is he wants to create a bridge to work with both sides, but not compromise and don't fold, which is wonderful, and that's what we someone that has the courage and the work ethic to actually get the job done without folding or compromising our values.
And that's something that we've seen time and again is the compromising of values. There's a lot of times with Republicans, you see them play a lot of lip service, but whenever it comes down to the hard issues, there's a lot that's been left wanting. And I think that this is, there's time for a new guard to enter into American politics. I really think that, and I think the energy that I'm hearing from Bernie, and it looks like we lost Bernie for a second here. But that's okay. I think that what I'm hearing from him is a new vision and a new tactic, and really going against someone who is devoutedly against Donald Trump. That's concerning to me.
Which is crazy. You're willing to destroy America because of your hate for President Trump, which doesn't make sense. But that's the America that we live in. That's the America that we live in today. And just talking about you, Bernie, about how, you want to create that bridge. You see the fault on both sides, and you want to work with both sides without compromising, but fixing and creating solutions. Instead of going in there, once you're elected, okay, then how are we going to work to get reelected? No. What are we going to do to resolve the issues that are going on? The big issues, not only inflation, as you know, our children today, our kids today in the schools are being attacked. They are the future of America. I put out there a little post about Bernie actually last week, and it's amazing, my inbox. You have a lot of support out there. There are a lot of like-minded people that are supporting you and backing you. So I want to thank you for coming on today. Continue your hard work, whatever we can do. From me, from American One, we support you. God bless.
Thank you, Ola, and thank you for everything that you guys are doing, spreading the word. It takes all of us working together to get our country back. But I want your listeners to know we will win. We will get our country back. It's just going to be hard work. But if we all devote ourselves to fighting for this country that we love, we'll do that.
Amen. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.